discuss the poem written by William Black that is about a sick rose. The poem is about sick rose. The sick rose is a poem. It is one of the best lyrics of William Black. In this poem, William Black is describing how the innocence of a rose is corrupted by an invisible worm. There is a presence of two. One is sick rose, another is invisible worm. The poem is about these two things, invisible worm and sick rose. The sick rose innocence is corrupted by the invisible worm. The rose which stands for love, beauty and purity. Love, beauty and purity is destroyed by the worm, is destroyed by a visible worm, which stands for evil and destruction. Evil and destruction. In other words, we can say the invisible worm stands for corruption, evil forces, and destructive forces. The speaker of the poem informs the rose. Here, the speaker, you can say the poet, the speaker of the poem informs the rose that it is sick, that rose, you are sick, rose, you are ill. Because an invisible worm has stolen into your bed, in a howling storms. In the night time when the storm was high, in the howling storm under the cover of night, secretly an invisible worm has been entered into your bed. That information is given by the narrator, the poet, the speaker to the rose. The rose is sick, but she is unaware of the fact that she has been ill. She is ill, she is sick due to the destructive forces of an invisible worm that has secretly stolen into her bed. The invisible worm performed its work of corruption. The invisible worm has been invisible, it performs corruption. Invisible worm performs the work of corruption with its cunning secrecy. The invisible worm has a decisive character, decisive nature. It has been a corrupt nature. It destroys the beauty and the innocence of the rose, which gives him shelter. Thus we can say the innocence is destroyed by the experience. Here innocence is standing for the purity of rose, and the experience is referring to the invisible worm. The invisible worm here is the experience, and the innocence means the innocence is about the rose. Under the cover of night, the invisible worm has came and made rose bed as his home. The dark secret love of this worm is destroying the rose life. Yes, the dark secret love of this worm is destroying the very life of rose. The innocent rose is unaware of the presence of the worm because the worm is invisible. Since the worm is invisible, it is not appearing, and that is why rose is ill, sick, but she is not aware of that fact. So the sick rose poem is wonderfully written. It has been a symbolic poem. The sick rose is a symbolic poem. Many symbols are there, has some deep meaning the poet wants to convey to its readers like us. As far as the title of the Sikh Rose is concerned, the title of the poem Sikh Rose is appropriate and significant. Very, very appropriate and significant. It reveals the theme of the poem. The title of the poem reveals the title of the poem Sikh Rose reveals the theme of the poem. The theme of the poem. The poem deals with the sickness of the rose. The poem deals with the sickness of the rose. The sickness of the rose due to the worm that has made it home within it. The poem is about the sickness of the rose, and this sickness is caused by the invisible worm that has made rose bed as his home. In the darkness of the night, under the cover of night, the invisible worm has still into its bed, and under the cover of night it performs its work of corruption. It performs the works of corruption, means it is day by day, time after time, it is destroying the purity, the innocence, and the life of the rose. But the rose is unaware to this fact that the invisible worm, which is invisible in nature, is destroying the life and the purity and the innocence of the rose. And the rose is sick. She is sick. The pure and beautiful rose becomes sick. The pure and beautiful rose becomes sick because the invisible worm successfully finds out the crimson bed of joy. The crimson bed of joy. His secret love. The invisible worm has secret love. The invisible worm that has secret love. The invisible worm that has secret love destroy the very life of the rose. The innocence of rose, apart from the innocence, the purity, the life of the rose is also in danger due to the invisible worm's secret love. So the secret love of the invisible worm is still destroying the life of the rose, apart from besides the purity and innocence. This idea of the poem has already been hinted in the title by the poem. The poem's title, Sikh Rose, already covers the idea that how the rose has become sick. So Sikh Rose title, Sikh Rose poem's title, that is Sikh Rose, is an appropriate and very significant. Now the next question may be asked in the examination paper, that do you think the Sikh Rose is a symbolic poem? The answer is right. The Sikh Rose is a symbolic poem. The Sikh Rose is a symbolic poem. Sikh Rose is alive with symbolism. It has a lot of symbols. It works on symbols. The rose is a symbol of love and beauty, whereas the invisible worm is a symbol of dark love, corruption, the symbol of corruption, you can say. The Sikh Rose is alive with symbolism. The Sikh Rose is alive with symbolism. Yes, the Sikh Rose means the poem. In the poem, the rose, which is symbol of love and beauty, is used to portray a naive young woman. A naive young woman, a maiden, has been symbolized as a rose, whose affairs is killing her, but the naive girl is unknown to this fact. So the woman who is very young, a naive young woman who has an affair is killing her, is unknown to the fact. The invisible worm that flies in the night used to represent the woman's forbidden lover. Here the invisible worm means the symbol that flies in the night used to represent the woman's forbidden lover, such a lover whom the woman should not love. That's why he is called a forbidden lover. The word invisible means hidden and night. The word invisible means hidden, and night stands for darkness. The worm's arrival in the dark suggests that it is an illicit affair, or you can say unlawful relation is between the rose and her lover, her forbidden lover. So here, illicit affair or unlawful relation between the women, the young girl, you can say, and the forbidden lover is symbolized by the word dark. The worm's arrival in the dark. The worm's arrival in the dark. The individual worm enters in the dark, during the dark time. That means they have not a good relationship. They have sharing and lawful relationship and illicit relationship. An illicit affair is there in between them too. The howling storm have also a symbol. The howling storm symbolizes a storm of desire. A storm of desire. The howling storm symbolizes the storm of desire. The crimson bed symbolizes the bed of passion. The bed of passion. One wants to hug each other. One wants to embrace each other. That is the bed of passion. That is the symbolism. By opening up the rose tender petals, by opening up the rose tender petal, the worm uncovers the flower's nakedness and vulnerability. Vulnerability. This is nothing but the rose. This is nothing but the loss of virginity. This is nothing but the loss of virginity the rose had, and the innocence. Thus, the lover of the rose destroys the very life of the rose. The lover of the rose destroys her very life, and this idea has conveyed as a symbolism throughout the poem. That's all. Thank you.